A very good morning to one and all. This is your English literature class, and we are going to start a new lesson today. Crime never pays. Children, before we start this lesson, you can see that it is a drama. Okay, you can see the characters are here, and they are speaking the dialogues. So it is a drama, we can say. And in this lesson, we are going to see two young men, Birju and Hira. Okay, in the beginning, we will see that they are good people. They go to the city to do something good, good with their life, earn good money for their family, and all. But once they start earning money, one of the two young men becomes greedy, and because of the greed, as you all know, children, greed is not a good thing. So because of greed, at the end he has to pay it back. Pay it back means that because of the greed or because of a crime which he commits, everything in his life turns upside down. Everything becomes bad. He lands into trouble. All right, so this is what this lesson teaches us, that first of all, we need to be honest to our friends, our family. We need to be honest to them. We need to be the people who think, good for them. And if any one of us or anybody turns bad or turns greedy or something like that, even the relationship never lasts. So, this is what we are going to see and learn from this lesson. So, children, I'm going to begin. First, let us see the characters which are there here. We have Birju and Hira. These two are the two young men in a village. These two people will go to the city, to work hard and earn money there. Then we have Ratan. He is Birju's father. And then we have Chief. Chief is the head of that Madhopur village, the place where they live. Okay, that village. So I'm going to begin scene 1. Here we are seeing inside of a small mud hut in Madhopur village, Birju and his father are sitting on a cot talking to each other. Cot is basically that in Hindi we call it as charpai, right? So they are sitting there inside of a small mud hut. Alright, Birju and his father. That means Birju and Ratan. And they are talking. Okay, so let's see what they are talking. Birju, Father, I'm tired of being poor. I want to become rich. I have a plan, but I will need Hira's help. You could ask him, he's your friend, isn't he? Just then, Hira comes to visit. He greets them and sits down. That means he wishes both of them, like obviously we say good morning and all. They must not be saying good morning, but namaste or something like that. Hira said to Birju and Ratan. So basically, Birju is talking to his father, saying that I don't want to be poor anymore. We have been poor since long, since like always we have been poor only. I'm tired of it. I want to become rich, but I need Hira's help in this. So his father was like, yes, fine, you can ask your friend to help you. He's your friend. Then let's see what happens. Birju, it's good you have come, Hira. I wanted to tell you my plan to earn some money. What is the plan? Hira, what do you think of going to the city and finding new ways of earning money? After all, we have to look after our families. Hira, that's a good idea. Let's do it. So, children, what is the plan? What the plan is that Birju tells Hira that we should go to the city and there we should find some work. We should start working over there so that we start earning good amount of money. Because staying in the village will not help us in any way. We will still be poor only always. So if we will go to the city, we might earn more money and ultimately we'll become better, not rich, but obviously better than poor. So Hira is all in for it. Hira says that yes, that's a good idea, come on, we should do this, we should go to the city. Ratan, God bless you both with wealth and success. Stay together and help each other. So Ratan, as he's Birju's father, he blesses them both, saying that may God bless you with wealth, may you get good money, may you get success, may you achieve what you want, and you both stay together and in the city also and help each other. The two young men set off on their journey the very next day. Over the next few months, they get many jobs. Hira is honest and hardworking, while Birju is lazy and careless. Birju always leaves his share of the work unfinished. which Hira kindly picks up after finishing his own work. A year passes, and Birju and Hira have earned a lot of money. They decided to go back to their village. While returning home, they pass through an orchard close to Madhopur. Birju has an idea. Okay, so this tells us children that the very next day, both of them, Birju and Hira, they went to a city. Okay, and they stayed there for few months. They got many jobs. They did many jobs. But here they are telling us that Hira was the person who was very honest and hardworking, and he used to finish all his work properly, whatever was given to him. While Birju was a lazy person and careless, he always used to, leave his work unfinished only. He never used to complete it. But as Hira was a very nice person, he was a good man, he used to finish Birju's work also after finishing his own, and he never complained, he never said anything. Alright, so after 1 year, when they earned enough money, they both returned to the village. So while they were coming back, they saw an orchard. Okay, an orchard means there were many, trees, flowers, fruits, everything was there close to Madhopur, close to their village. So Birju said something. Birju got an idea. Let's see what was his idea. Okay, scene 2. Birju and Hira are in the orchard with bags of money in their hands, as you can see in the picture, children. Birju, Hira, it isn't wise to take so much money to our homes. Everyone will come to us to borrow money. Let's hide our money bag in a pit under this tree. Hira, that's true, Birju. Let's bury it here and only take a small amount with each of us. So Birju, as he was a clever person, he said, that we should not take so much of money to our house when everybody, our relatives and our friends or people living near to us, they will come to know that we have so much of money. Everybody, they will start coming to borrow the money from us. And once they will borrow, it will be very difficult to get it back. So let's do this. Let's hide our money bag under a pit. In a pit under this tree. That they decided for a tree, and it was like, let us hide it here. We will only take a small amount with us, Hira said. We will only take a small amount, and let's bury other rest of the money here. Whenever we will need it, we will come here again, and then we will take it out again. So the two of them dig a pit under a tree and put their bags into it. They cover it carefully with mud and dry leaves and go to their homes in the village. At night, Birju tells his father about his adventures. So this is what they two did. Both of them, they hid their money bag under a tree, covered it properly with mud and dry leaves, and then they went to their house in the village. And once they reached at night, Birju told his father, Ratan, about what they all did in the city and how they hid the money under the tree. Then let's see what Ratan says. Birju, Father, wasn't it a good thing that I took Hira to work in the city? Now we have so much money. It was entirely my idea. It was because of me that we got all the money. Then shouldn't it all belong to me, Father? I think I should take all the money from the pit. Ratan, clever boy. Go quickly then. Okay, children, did you see what Birju thought? He thought that he is the one who got the idea that both of them should go to the city. He told Hira about it. He made Hira go with him to the city. So all the money, even the ones Hira earned, all the money should belong to him. Even his father, Ratan, supported him in this. He said, yes, go and take all the money from the pit, even the one which belongs to Hira. But I hope, children, you all remember that Birju was the one who never completed his work, any job which was given to him. Hira was the one who completed his work as well as Birju's work. But this is what Birju thought. Birju just thought that as it was his idea, and because of him, Hira also went to the city, so he should get all the money. But that is wrong. All the hard work was done by Hira, right? Let's see what happens. It is dark. Birju takes a spade, goes to the orchard and takes out all the money. He puts back the empty bags and covers up the pit as before. Okay, so he's going to pretend. He's going to act. He goes in the dark only over there and takes out all the money from the bags, from both the bags, and takes it, and he then covers it up again with mud and dry leaves only the way it was covered before. Let's see what happens in scene 3. Scene 3. A few days later, Birju meets Hira in the village. Birju, Hira, I need some money for daily needs. Let's go and take out some money from the pit. Hira, sure, I too need to take out some money. Let's go now. Okay, children, you can see this Birju, he's such a clever person. He took all the money and then he himself went to Hira to ask him that, that we should go and take out some money. I need it. Why he did this, what was his aim, and what happens with him at the end. This we will be seeing in our next class, children. Okay? Till then, you all are going to read it here. Read till here properly. Okay? And we will be continuing the rest of the lesson in our next class. Alright, children? Have a nice day. Stay home and stay safe, everyone. Thank you.